Welcome to the Real Estate Espresso Podcast, your morning shot of what's new in the world of real estate investing. I'm your host, Victor Menashe. Today's show is brought to you by the Secrets of Successful Syndication. This two-day workshop will unlock the keys to the kingdom in terms of how to take your investing career to the next level. Almost all professional developers use syndication to scale their business. When I talk with deal sponsors, I hear over and over again that access to capital is the number one thing holding them back. It's going to be September 25th and 26th, Friday, Saturday this week. 2 full days of amazing content. This event is put on by my good friends at the Real Estate Guys radio show. I've been to events all over the world, and I've got to tell you, this event is among the very best in the world. To learn more, go to victorjm.com/events. That's victorjm.com/events. We're back. On today's show, we're talking about the true cost of borrowing. Borrowers often look at the interest rate when it comes to figuring out the cost of borrowing. And on today's show, we're going to look at the hidden costs associated with signing a new loan agreement. Loans come in all shapes and sizes. Most of them come with some form of upfront fees. These fees can be inclusive of disbursements. In other cases, these direct costs associated with the loan are added to the upfront fees. We're talking about things like title insurance, legal fees, costs of registering the mortgage, and so on. All of these costs get added to the upfront fees. On top of the lender fee, the lender might charge you for preparation of the loan documents. In that case, the lender's legal fees are passed on directly to the borrower. If there's consultant studies required, those will be added to the bill as well. If the lender wants title insurance, you're going to pay for that too. The latest fee in the U.S. for some insured loans includes the Adverse Market Refinance Fee. This fee is an additional 0.5% of the loan amount, and it's added to the upfront fees. For a residential mortgage, the maximum loan amount for a conforming loan is $765,000. That's with either Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac. In that case, the additional lender fee at 0.5% comes to $3,828. The new fee was announced back in August. It was supposed to be effective September 1, but an outcry from both lenders and borrowers pushed the effective date for the new fee up until December 1st. A survey of a few mortgage brokers suggests that the additional fee might be added to the upfront closing costs, or in some cases, the lender will aim to recoup the fee by adding it to the interest rate over the term of the loan. The fee is ultimately charged by Fannie Mae to the lender, and it's up to the lender to collect the fee from the borrower, however they choose to do so. So the bank might choose instead to spread the fee over a 5-year term and increase the interest rate by only 0.1% a year to cover the additional fee. That same $3,828 fee would add an additional $64 a month in higher interest. Now that fee sounds painful, but it pales in comparison to some of the back-end fees that can be assessed for early termination of the loan. It's pretty common to have a sliding scale termination fee if you refinance before the end of the term of your loan. For example, if you have a 7-year loan, you might have a termination fee of 5% of the loan principal if you terminate in the first year of the loan. That would drop to 4% in year 2, 3% in year 3, and 0 by year 5 of the loan. And if you're going to sign a new loan that's going to be at a lower interest rate than your existing financing, you want to look at the total difference in cost. So let's say you've got an origination fee of 1% for the new loan, and let's say that you're terminating your existing loan and have a 2% prepayment penalty to terminate that loan. You're now looking at a total of 3% in fees in order to refinance. In order for that new loan to make sense, the interest rate would need to drop sufficiently to result in a meaningful saving. But you've also got to look at it from a cash flow perspective. The lender fees need to be paid up front. So let's imagine for a moment that you're looking at a $1 million loan. Those 3% in fees come to $30,000 that you need to fund upfront on loan closing. And if you don't have that much cash available, you're going to have a hard time closing the refinance. You might have done the analysis, which shows that over 5 years, a 2% annual saving in interest on a $1 million loan would save you $100,000. But you've got to subtract the transaction fees of $30,000 for a total net savings of $70,000. But even with that, you have to come up with the $30,000 plus any additional closing costs in cash. Remember that in today's environment, lenders are looking for borrowers to escrow larger amounts of maintenance reserves and interest reserves than in the past. This is all part of a more conservative underwriting environment. So you might be facing a larger cash infusion for the refinance than you might have previously considered. We're in one of the lowest interest rate environments ever, but to take advantage of it, you need to pay careful attention to the entire capital structure. Make sure you don't fall short. As you think about that, have an awesome rest of your day. Go make some great things happen. I'll talk to you again tomorrow.